no cry. Me remember when hard work still used to pay. Coulda buy a yard, raise the youth and live okay. But then the bankers get greedy, flip up the game. Gold standard mash up, it never be the same. Boom economy, government never want wait. Them spend pan borrowed money, drop the interest rate. Central bank printing, money start lose weight. Them convinced no bill would I ever have to get paid. Me believe it when me see it. Me sure me not go miss it. It make me want live it, but only if it really legit. No recession, no cry. No recession, no cry. Change up the definition. So slide. No recession, no cry. Life did sweet, people get rich, time feel nice. Living big pandate, not thinking about the price. No turning back, default a knock pound we gate. But the genie up, too late feel like that fate. 50 years past, need big job just to survive. Politicians still a chat like all things alive. Job market sinking, but them say it alright. Them twist up the data, hide the truth out of sight. Me believe it when me see it. Me sure me not go miss it. It make me want live it, but only if it really legit. No recession, no cry. No recession, no cry. Change up the definition. So slide. No recession, no cry. You them lost, can't build no family. Population drop, this your madness up your tragedy. The rich invest in asset, poor man stuck on rent. Leaders push them agenda, but no ask where the money went. Industry turn goes down, Alfie carbon name. Yet earth still a spin while people play the blame game. Me believe it when me see it. Numbers don't match after the fact, them fix reports and cover tracks. Camel finance me real brother, one we truly never deserve. Bless up him, the guide the future we are try preserve. No recession, no lie, Camel Crew no need to try. Always the head of the game, no concessions till we die.
Hello, 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 hello. Thank you all for being here. What an incredibly humbling experience. I can see everyone popping off at the chat. I don't want to waste anyone's time today. I want to get straight into this. So, the early bird gets the worm, right? So, what I mean by that is we're going to run through this agenda and then we're going to just get straight into giving stuff away for everyone that made it here right out of the gate. If you happen to be watching this on the replay crew because you live across the pond or in Australia, don't worry. I think what we're going to do is I will save at least 5 indicator codes of the total of 15. And if you're watching this on the replay crew, then just comment indicator in that video after the fact. And we'll come back in a couple of days and make sure everyone gets a chance at something. For everyone else, we're just going to give stuff away, spend a couple of minutes trolling, give stuff away, repeat the process over and over again, and we'll do some Q&A. And for you guys that showed up early, okay, you can go and amble scramble for this. So this is the first giveaway of the day. Wait, am I actually off mute here? Yeah, okay, I am. So yeah, if you use the code YEARLYCOUPON35, you can claim 60% off for life. This will work 5 times for the first 5 people that get to it. Other than that, I wanted to jump into the chat real quick and extend my thanks for you all for being here and for your support, for the 35k subs. It's been kind of crazy. I saw it's someone's birthday. Is it Moist's birthday? Moist, happy birthday. We'll give you something as well. You can have anything you like out of the merch store. Just email me. You can get the email from the About tab on the channel. I think you might have to open it in a web browser to get to it, but email me, show me your account, prove it's really you, and I'll give you anything you want from the merch store as a happy birthday gift. I also wanted to shout out, where is he? I'm scrolling up to try and find him right now. Where is he? Wait, how do I do this? I think I got to go back to live chat. And I still don't know what I'm doing. Surely I can find it. Okay, so as you can tell, I still have... We've been doing this 3 years. We've reached 35k subs. I still have no idea what I'm doing. But I think his name is MTE something. He's the guy that comments each and every day to say Bitcoin will not go above 160k. I wanted to give this guy a shout out. And if you want something from the merch store as well, like I said, email me and prove it's you. And as a thanks for boosting the algo all the way to 35k subs, I'll give you something as well. Oops, punch in the mic. So other than that, we've got Barry Bond coming out. He's been a member for 17 months, saying Camel Crew 24/7 365. Barry, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. I can see Jay as well has just become a member, so welcome, John Smith. Please go back and check the members' content so you can see what we do here and why we do it. I'm going to take a quick detour. Actually, yeah, we're going to take a quick detour. I've got a point at something, which to me is absolutely hilarious, okay? Let me just check. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, do we want the chat? Let me do a quick poll. Do you guys like to see the chat or not? I never know whether to have it here. Otherwise, it's just kind of my mouse bouncing up and down here. We'll say chat visible. Yes or no. Let me know whilst I am trolling about this jobs data. Okay. So whilst you're answering that, take a look at this, okay? Because we know that we've been kind of putting the tinfoil hat on, right? The conspiracy side of things. We've been pointing at this government shutdown and the fact that they're not really going to be releasing some of the data. And I've been saying, to me, this is spurious, right? It's already kind of fishy that the jobs data is pretty bad and no one seems to care. And then on top of that, it's even more fishy that they're revising the data down. And then all of a sudden, right, we get the ADP employment change come out yesterday, right? Minus 32k when the forecast was 50k. Right, and the prior readout was 54k. The previous month was also revised down to negative 3k. So I continue to sit here and just say, I smell a rat. Okay, I do not believe that we're going to be skirting through next year at all-time highs, 5-year cycles, all of this kind of thing. And whilst we're talking about 5-year cycles, because I wanted to touch on this, right? Because people keep saying to me, well, what about the 5-year cycle, right? What about ISM? And fair enough, if you want to accept those ideas, go right ahead, right? But I'm going to keep doing me, okay? My idea is still intact. In fact, I think it's everyone else that needs a new idea. The moment my idea is invalidated, I'll move and I'll invalidate it and we'll move on to greener pastures, right? But this to me is not only validating my idea that we're heading headfirst into a recession, but to me, this is even worse than I thought it would be. This is kind of what I would expect to see later stages. So if this is how bad it is already, then I think it's going to get pretty bad pretty soon. But by all means, okay, have the 5-year cycle or the ISM or whatever. I don't know. You do you, right? You do you. Now, I wanted to stop here quickly and say that the Slice 90% discount code is Camel90. This one's been running all week, but if anyone wants to use that, I know a bunch of people have. You can try out Slice and see what we do there for a while. And I believe this is the last 24-hour period to claim this. So if you want this, please go ahead and use that. I'll quickly hop back into the chat and see whether people want this stuff. 66% say yes. I'll let it keep running for a little while longer. I can see something happening here. What's this? How do I see it? I can't read it. Okay. Well, thank you for the €2. Is that everything? Yeah, I think it is. Right, okay. We'll go back to live chat. 69% now. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Yeah, thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Morning, Camel. Can we check out URA? Yeah, we can check out lots of stuff. We certainly can. Thanks for the code. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, I'm going to put the chat on because it seems like unanimously the people want the chat. There you go. So what's next? What is next? I don't know, to be honest. I should have probably had more planned. I did want to point at this as well, because this is kind of crazy, to be completely honest. Have you seen that over in New York, they're talking about launching a pilot program to give low-income residents $12K a year in stablecoins on Coinbase? $1,000 a month, right? UBI trials are here, and the Trojan horse of the stablecoins, you know, disguised as stablecoins, really they're CBDCs, seems to be like we're nudging closer and closer to this kind of, I don't even know what you call it, dystopian future day by day, right? So that's pretty wild. It's getting real as we start to see this kind of thing. And just a little reminder, right, that you have to take this game seriously, because if you don't, then this is kind of what's waiting on the other side. I thought that was pretty wild, but I don't want to kind of sour the I don't want to sour the mood today. We can do this any other time. The other thing I wanted to point out, because I thought this was hilarious, right, is I just wanted to ask people to cast their minds back about Bitcoin and just think about what kind of happened, right? Once we got down here in this neighborhood, a lot of people were giving up, right? A lot of people were saying failed cycle, that kind of thing. We then rally up here, right? And keep in mind, in this neighborhood, it was no more 4-year cycles, no more bear markets, right? No more, no more drawdowns, BlackRock's here, insert your narrative, right? Then in just 2 weeks, we moved down here, and suddenly that's it, the top's in, right? Like the worst of the worst expectations start to come out, and Bitcoin does the most Bitcoin thing ever. It convinces everyone that we are repeating the 2021 top, right? The kind of distribution down, slight higher high, distribution down. It convinces everyone we're doing this, okay? It also gets everyone, including me, looking for one final lower low, doesn't it? Right, into that Bob Lucas early October timeframe idea, and then maybe we can start to perhaps entertain there might be a chance out of there, okay? And then right at the last minute, right when everyone is convinced that either the thing is topped or there's one final lower low coming, it does the most Bitcoin thing ever, right? And it just reverses out of a higher low. So I thought that was hilarious, right? I think this is like the most Bitcoin thing Bitcoin can possibly do right now, apart from, of course, the only way to make this more Bitcoin is for it to just smash all the way through 150 plus K, right? Then that would be like the most Bitcoin thing ever. But I wanted to kind of just remind you how crazy it's actually been. Because, you know, we went from this is it, huge blow off top, to this is it, it's literally failed, to here we go, no more 4-year cycles, no more bear markets, to oh my gosh, it's over, to maybe there's a chance, to okay, one final lower low, and now we're ripping again and everyone's jumping up and down like, is it time? Is it time? So it's an absolutely crazy market. This is super, super, super entertaining, but we are obviously getting late stage cycle now. But I did think this was like the most Bitcoin thing in the world. It loves to do this stuff. Something else which is really nice as well, I did want to touch on this. This has been the hard invalidation for the bull market. This has been the damage control level for me, like my stop loss on my spot Bitcoin. This has been, if the worst should happen and Bitcoin should roll over and trade below 74, 75K, then I kind of have to sell. I have to just admit this thing is not behaving as expected, and it's changing market structure, and I have to kind of do some damage control here so that I don't end up round tripping the bags. But I think now we're in a really nice situation where once we get to new all-time highs, we can literally drag this thing up here. And that means that the worst case scenario for the bull market invalidation, for me at least, becomes about 108K, right? Now, that's pretty good returns. That means like the worst of the worst is done, right? The worst of the hard work is here. Absolute worst case scenario, I'm walking away with like 550-ish% from here, right? That's pretty good. I know a lot of people don't get out of bed for less than 10x, okay? And hopefully we can get that push to 150, 200 and then sell a trendline break, and then it'll be a lot more than that. But I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, that if we can actually just see a new high, we can drag this bull market invalidation up to 108K. And that's a pretty luxurious place to be, right? Absolute worst case scenario, bull market invalidation is now 108K. I think we should be patting ourselves on the back here to say it's been a wild ride, right? But we stayed on trend. We rode the bull of all bulls. And now we're just a few K away from setting another hard invalidation at 108K and cementing reasonable gains for 3 years, right? I know people don't get out of bed for less than 10x, but I do, right? I'm more than happy with 550% return in 3 years. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. So So yeah, go Bitcoin, right? And of course, we are now something akin to, I don't know, 25, 26% away from 150K, which is a 10x for this cycle. So again, not too bad if I do say so myself. Pretty nice position to be in now. What else have we got? So, and yeah, that's pretty much everything, right? I have now run out, run out of things to talk about. So I guess we're just going to party and see what's going on. Thank you for the code. You're welcome. You're welcome. You just had a baby boy a week ago. Sleep deprivation is real. Congratulations on your baby, Nav. And I don't know if I should say this, but for me, I upped my creatine dose and it completely eradicates the sleep deprivation. So maybe try that. Few scoops instead of one, and you'll be surprised at how good it feels. The coupon isn't 60% off. It's 50% for the first year. Okay. I was close enough, bro. I was close enough. I'm sure Ben told me. Wait, let me check. I'm sure he said it was 60% off. He says 60% off for life. That's what he says. So if you buy the yearly, you get 60% off for life. And even though it says first year, it will be a lifetime thing. It will roll over. So even if it says first year, they won't bump the prices up after a year. That's not how we roll. It's actually really complicated for us to have codes that change pricing. So once you've got a price locked in, it's just easier for us to leave them locked. Oh, actually, excuse me 1 minute. Again, being the jankest live streamer ever, I need to change some settings here just in case we get bots try and attack this chat. I'll just change this to this. Save. Okay, we're back in business. I can see some fan funding or something here. Chris Morgan became a level 3 member. Welcome, brother. And we've got a big dono here, but I can't see the messages. Can anyone... What is going on here? Yeah, there's nothing there. You're just throwing money my way. Well, thank you, Old Man Crypto. I appreciate it. Stick that back there. And this here. Can we snag a discount if you're already subscribed? I don't think so. But I think you can. I'll give some merch stuff away. I wanted to try these out. I've got these as well. So we'll try these out, see what happens. Loud and clear and chat visible. Thank you, brother. Do I think Bitcoin dominance will go up this month? I think it probably will. We looked at it the other day, I think. Tell you what I do need to do. I need to try this comment thing out. I don't know. This looks pretty weak, doesn't it? To be honest. I wouldn't really feel comfortable saying it's going higher yet. This is a breakout, but if I had to guess which way this is going to go, I'd say roll over. I can't really be bullish here at this moment in time. So we'll see. We'll see. Need to give it more space. What next? Let's try one of these. I don't know if this is going to work, actually. I'm going to try to give away some merch using a random comment generator, but I've never actually used one of these before. So I think I need to copy this URL and then get rid of this. Oh, wait, I need you guys to comment. Oh, Kieran is gifting 10 memberships. Thank you, Kieran. And if you've received one of these memberships from Kieran, please say thank you to him in the chat. Let him know you're grateful and you've received it. I can see a bunch of new members joining. Thank you very much. Party is popping off. All right, comment in the chat, win, if you want to win some free merch. Yeah, comment win if you want to win some free merch. And then I think what I can do is paste the link in here. Oh, wait. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I think we could do this. Add comment replies? Nah. Yeah, you just hit enter, right? Isn't there like a thing somewhere? Filter duplicate users. Add comment replies. Oh, this is what I'm looking for here. Filter words. Here we go. Win. Okay. Okay. We'll see if this works, I think. 9 plus 7. 16. Quick maths. How's the chat looking? Did you guys type win yet? Spam and win. Look at us go. Okay. Probably won't work after all this. This video has comments disabled. What are they talking about? Okay. Look how bad I am at this, guys. All right, we'll try this one. Don't worry, I got a backup. Try this. Okay. What do I do? Load comments? Oh, get out of here. I suck. I suck. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so terrible at this. Okay, well, I don't know what to do about this either. Does anyone know how to do this? Does anyone know how to do this? Oh my goodness. All right. I'll tell you what we're going to do then. I'm going to scroll my mouse up and down. Keep spamming win. I think everyone keeps spamming win. I'm going to scroll my mouse up and down, okay? And then I'm going to stop and click, and and whoever we land on is going to get a free thing. All right. Here we go. So keep spamming. Keep spamming. Let me have a sip of drink, and then we'll go. Okay, ready? Okay. Who is this? This one right here. Tony. Tony has won something. Tony, congratulations. This is so bad. Well, Tony, if you email me, you can get the email from the About tab and prove to me you are really Tony. You can have any, and also when you do this, pick something out of the merch store. Anything you want. If it's a piece of clothing, let me know the size. You can have the PDF, any mugs or whatever. Anyway, let me know what you want and in what size in the email, and I will reply with a code that you can use to redeem whatever you want for free from the merch store. Goodness. I don't know why. All I can do is laugh. This is like the dumbest thing ever. This is the dumbest thing ever. Oh my goodness. I think we're going to have to change this for a moment to top chat. I don't even know what that does really. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should do a Q&A for a bit. Yeah, ask me anything, I guess. This seems like it is I think last time we did one of these giveaway streams, it was not this bad. I think it's because we had way less followers back then. This is just chaos. I don't know if you can see this on my screen. Everything. I don't know what to do, man. I really don't know what to do. Is this? I'm starting to think this is bugging. I'm actually starting to think this is bugging. CLSK chart. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that until, until the spam dies down. Goodness me. All right. Looks like it is getting ready for the big breakout, right? Which would be this one here. So I've stayed away from this chart because I really didn't like this in here. This made me feel very uncomfortable. I don't know why. I just took one look at this and decided that's not for me. And for a while, that was kind of the right posture. It hasn't really done a great deal of much since back then. But it does look like it is getting ready to break out. So this is like the real move. If this thing is going to actually break out, or rather I should say, if this thing has much higher numbers left in it, it's got to get a breakout here, hasn't it? So it's getting pretty close, I would think, right? Probably not going to hot knife it. It's probably going to need to sort of break out, retest, resume. But yeah, it looks all right. It looks all right, but it has got to clear this, hasn't it? Because if it doesn't clear this, the only thing it can really do is hit it and reject off of it. And then, you know, lackluster at best. But get a breakout here. It reminds me of Riot a little bit. Riot also had, see this big purple thing here? Kind of worked its way up, fake breakout, slammed, wrecked all the latecomers and the breakout traders, breakout retest, real push, and now it's got a good chance of pushing way, way, way higher. So I think that's the LSK. Let's speak XRPs. Thank you. Actually, somebody, I forget who, kept asking me to cover ETH and XRP, and I kept forgetting, and I feel really bad about it. So we'll take a look at ETH first. ETH looks like it's pretty much doing the yellow squiggle, just from here, but that's good enough for me. That's close enough. It still can't get through this all-time high, can it? Which is kind of strange. I don't know why. I just don't know. But I think it probably has got a good shot at moving higher here. I bet the indicator would have found, yeah, found the low inside of the window. So we were posting about that on Twitter over and over again. And it looks like it should be ready to go now, right? Final angle. I still maintain that I think anywhere between 6 and 8K for the top will be fine. I'm not one of these people that thinks this thing is going to go to 10, 15 or 20K. But I'm more than open and happy to be wrong about that. As for XRP, XRP looks kind of sus, right? The yellow squiggle's actually doing okay though. But the reason I say it looks kind of sus is, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Is I just don't like this, right? Let me zoom out a bit. So big range, big, strong, powerful breakout, 5 up, happy days. Okay, all of this is fine. Then a consolidation, to me that's fine. But something that's really impulsive, I think would have gotten to like here. No, wait, like here or here and mooned, right? Then it would look like a proper uptrend and a proper impulsive move. You'd get like, you know, a big push, a consolidation, big push. I would be happy with that. The fact I spent all this time consolidating makes me think, oh, I don't know about this, right? And then I could have cut it some slack if we got here and it impulse straight to $8 or something. Then we could have said, okay, fine, big push, consolidation, big push, right? Big, strong, powerful uptrend. The reason I say it's sus is I really do not like the fact that it put this high in from back in, what, November or December, okay? And then just about made a new higher high. That, to me, is suspect. Because then this whole thing becomes quite distributive in look. It kind of looks like we're doing a Wyckoff distribution in here, a little bit. And if we look at things like, is it Casper? You can see this with Casper, right? If I zoom out here. Like, this is pretty much exactly what we're doing. Like, all of this at the top is just this, right? Markup, distribution, getting marked down. It's just kind of that, I think. And so that's what I'm concerned is coming for XRP. Did I not have some Wyckoff stuff in here somewhere? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. Don't know. But yeah, it just looks a bit like that. Actually, I think I posted about this on Twitter. I'll see if I can find that. It was a bit of a better post than what I'm showing here. But yeah, so I guess to sum up for XRP before we flip back to Casper is it really needs to kind of start mooning to all-time highs here to avoid what would otherwise look an awful lot like classic distribution. And this is what institutions do, remember, right? They let it go sideways for ages while they kind of just accumulate a massive position. Then they just moon it, okay? And then after the moon, everyone gets interested in it. Everyone gets involved. That's where like retail come in. And then they just use this exact pattern to distribute into them. So if it's going to go, it really needs to go pretty much right away, I think. You know, especially if Bitcoin is on its way to its top, then this thing, it can probably do this for a while longer, but it really needs to get going soon. I'll show you the Twitter post real quick. Because there was a couple of charts that show this kind of... Why is this trending? Goodness me. Oh. People don't have enough, like, whatever. People don't have enough to worry about in the real world, I swear. Yeah, was it this? Was it this? Where did I get this from? Yeah, here you go. Looks, this is like bit tensor, tau, right? Accumulation, markup, distribution, looking to be marked down. Here it is again, zoomed in a bit more. It looks exactly like a Wyckoff distribution, right? And then what about CAS? Same thing. So could it not be the same thing here as well? Accumulation, markup, distribution, marginal higher high. And the thing about the marginal higher high, where did it go? Where did it go? Yeah, the thing about the marginal higher high is it works like the opposite of a spring. When it's accumulation, you get the spring to the downside, right? But you can also get the spring to the upside. So it's not called a spring. Let's just take this out. Yeah, here you go. Upper test and die. I don't think that's actually what it stands for, but that's how I always remember it. It's the upper test and then distribute, right? Or upper test and die, as I like to call it. So it's just the same as the spring to the downside, but to the upside. And to me, this is why I said it's sus. This is what I'm concerned this is, the upper test and die. And then what, of course, would come next is downside. So, and remember, right in this neighborhood is where you get like the OnlyFans girls talking about how they've got $3 million or $1.3 million, whatever the number is, in XRP because it's guaranteed to go to $8 and then they'll be set for life, right? I don't know. Technically, it wouldn't surprise me if it went to $8 or even higher, but also, I think we are vulnerable. So yeah, there's that. Cigarettes. All I saw was loads of wins and then cigarettes. So yeah, that's that. Do you even fart coin, bro? Thank you for congratulations. Do you want fart coin? We'll do it just in case you want it. But I do not condone this. Oh no. What happened to it? Wow, I guess it suffered the same fate as everything always does. Hyperwave on the way up. Phase 5, phase 6. On its way to phase 7, back down to phase 1, right? I mean, I would always secretly, low-key, hope this would be the flight to safety. But I guess you can't have nice things all the time, right? Thank you for the $4.99, by the way. I appreciate it. You finally have enough money between Bitcoin, XRP, Litecoin, Sol to dump it all into one full Bitcoin. Do I do it? And do you finally... Well, do you do it... Thank you for the $10. Do you do it here is the real question, right? Let's zoom out, go log. Just remind ourselves, okay? We've seen a 37-month bull run followed by a 13-month bear. Then we saw 35 months, 35, okay? Then 12 months down. Then we saw exactly the same, 35 months up, exactly the same 12 months down. And next month, no, this month, because we're now in October. This is now month 35. We are in month 35. Now, Bob Lucas and me, are both looking for a top anywhere between month 35 and month 37, which is basically October, November, or December of this year. And then we're going to be targeting the 4-year cycle low. There's always an outside chance it can run into January, February, March next year. Who knows, right? It's a market, anything and everything's on the table. But if you kind of just look at the green boxes versus the red ones, it's like, when was the clearly, obviously right time to buy this asset, right? It was down here, early days, early doors, right? Buying here, a whole coin right now, I don't know, man. I don't think this is necessarily the best time to do it. However, if what we can get here is 1 or 2 big green candles, followed by about 12 or 10 month bear market decline. Out of that 4-year cycle low, you're an ultra high probability setup to get behind, and probably much lower numbers than we're at today. So something to consider. Not financial advice, you do you, okay? I'm just simply saying I don't think I would be comfortable buying Bitcoin month 35 in a 4-year cycle when historically speaking it has topped between month 35 and month 37. But congratulations on building a significant amount of wealth. I'm sincerely happy for you. And the first 100k is the hardest, okay? For sure. How TF would the camel indicator work on the ISM? Good question, Ubax. I don't know. What is ISM? What's the ticker for the ISM? Man. What, new orders? PMI? ISM PMI? Which is the one he uses? Someone let me know. Don't know. Smoking cigarettes is healthy. Sure. What do I think of the idea of the recent lows and inversion? Good question. I don't agree, and I'll show you why in a second. Let's just pull this up. This is the ISM I think he's talking about. 5-year cycle, bro. It works. What can I tell you? It's so clean. What? We created a monster here. You know this. You know this. We are changing the game with this thing. Look at this. Look at this. Too clean. Well, yeah, let's do that other question. So, what do I think about this being an inversion? I don't really subscribe to this idea, and I will tell you for why. Okay. So, this is clearly a weekly cycle low. Okay. It just has to be. You know, look how late it was. Has to be. It's the lowest low. What came out of there was a big, strong weekly push. Easily visible. Let's turn all this stuff off. Easily visible on the weekly time frame is a big swing and a reversal, right? This is clearly a weekly swing low. It's clearly a weekly cycle low, just like the prior weekly cycle lows the whole way, okay? So, what am I doing? Turn this back on. Turn this off as well. So then the question becomes, let's mark this as the weekly cycle low, and where is the next daily cycle low? Well, it's clearly here, right? It's clearly here, because again, that's the lowest low. We ABC, 2 drives into it. Okay, it was a little difficult to deal with in real time because this low was quite late. Okay, so here would have been 58. That's where we were looking for. That's where that position came on from. Okay, but in reality, this was slightly later, day 76. Okay, it's not the most wild thing to ever happen in markets. And remember, we saw, I know a lot of people are upset about that being 76 days, but we saw from back here, day 70. So this wasn't like the worst thing in the world. Okay. So I think we can say with a high degree of confidence, or almost certainty actually, that this is a daily and weekly cycle low, and then this is the first daily cycle. Okay. Now, what about from here? So from here, the question was, where's the next one supposed to form? And I said about 60 days out from that. Okay. In fact, sorry, this is really peeing me off. Let's turn off this. Okay. And this for now. Yeah. Okay, so here, we know this is right up to this point. It's not really confusing there. It's just a bit later. Okay, but I think it's still very easy to say this whole thing is one daily cycle. Okay, 2 drives into the low. Then we project forward about 60 days, and we get somewhere in this neighborhood. Okay, and so I'm looking for a low anywhere up to about day 66, which would be the 27th of August, right? Now, this low happened to form a couple of days later, day 70 again, okay? But it was close enough. Once we got here, though, Bob Lucas kind of threw a spanner in the mix and said, well, what if that's a daily cycle low? Now, I didn't really like this, okay, for the simple reason that it's on day 42. However, it was absolutely possible for a number of reasons, because right here, we got the longer cycle, then with the shorter cycle thereafter, it puts the average right in the middle, okay, which tends to happen. We tend to get harmonization and mean reversions in cycles. Shorter cycles follow longer cycles and vice versa. So it's like, maybe there's a lot of merit to this, okay? But then what ended up happening was it quickly left translates and roll over, okay? And that's where Bob is looking for this count right here to be the case, okay? And to be honest, I would have been more than happy to actually accept this count, okay, if one condition was met, and that was that this current low swept below this low, okay? But when we zoom in here and look at this, we go low, lower low, higher low, okay? So you could call this a fake out failed cycle if you want to. Not sure I do though, right? And instead, I think what I want to do is say that's a cycle low, and this is the half cycle low retest because it's a higher low. I don't see why that's a bigger problem, right? We don't even need this here because it's a half cycle low. So I actually like this count. And because we've got two longer counts, we would now expect two shorter counts, okay? Because we've got to kind of average this whole thing out. But that kind of makes a lot of sense since Bitcoin has routinely thrown inversions into its weekly cycle, right? Inversion weekly cycle, inversion weekly cycle, inversion weekly cycle. And this is what it does. It throws a bunch of normal or slightly longer cycles and then inverts into a weekly cycle. So if it's thrown two slightly longer ones here, and then it throws kind of a shorter one into a weekly cycle, and then left translates, like that will just be normal and to be expected. So either count is fine, right? But I just don't think this is an inversion, because what tends to happen with an inversion is the market starts to sell off very, very strongly, and then all of the sellers exhaust, and there's not enough time left in the cycle to get it down into the normal daily cycle low window, because all of the sellers that are going to sell have sold, right? That's what an inversion is. It's seller exhaustion at the half cycle low. But this to me doesn't look like, capitulation. Everyone that was ever going to sell has sold here. This just looks like a back test of the cycle low. And again, look at the kind of visualization of this, right? We go big push up, then we go A, B, C, or two drives, whatever you want to call it, okay? Big push up, and then we go A, B, C, or two drives. Sorry, what am I doing? Then we go here, A, B, C, two drives, okay, cycle low. And now we've just gone like 1, 2, 3, 4, just impulsing out of here. All of this looks pretty normal to me. And there's no real right or wrong way. So I can't say that Bob's count is wrong per se. I can't say that because you can count it this way if you want, and that's a fake out failed cycle. But also the problem I have with this being a fake out failed cycle really is this isn't just a quick wick to the downside that reverses immediately afterwards. This is like multiple daily closes. This is another rollover, another lower low, more and more sideways action. Like, it's kind of mental, right? Give me 1 second, please. I've got to go and deal with something. I'm back. Sorry. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of like my deep dive on the psychoanalysis. It could be this, right? It could be the fake out failed cycle. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Eventually, I think we'll be able to look back with hindsight and figure out, like, if the next couple of cycles, for example, are shorter, then we'll be able to harmonize these all out, and it is what it is. But for now, this was kind of my primary expectation, and it didn't invalidate because we didn't get a lower low. So you can call this an inversion if you want, but I kind of just think it's this, to be honest. I just think it's like a weekly cycle low, back test to a higher low, and then off we go. You can count it as an inversion, right? But we need to see more price action. Some people counted it like this, which is totally fine. Just shift this arrow over here somewhere, okay? This one over here or something. So there's definitely like many ways to do it, but I think the main reason I stuck with this idea is because this was the primary idea, And in trading, you kind of want to have a thesis and stick with it till invalidated. You don't want to be like moving the goalpost too often if you can avoid it. So the idea was that we get a swing and a reversal here, and then we push up. And so far we are. And this is still a higher low. We're pushing up, right? So I'm just kind of sticking with that. So I hope that clears that up. Bitcoin Bill with $100 donation. Goodness me. What did I do to deserve this? Fan funding. Bitcoin Bill. Damn. Thank you very much, brother. I really appreciate it. Camel, thank you for what you do. Cycle trading has certainly made all the difference with regards to the outcome of my investments. Absolutely life-changing results. Cheers. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really, really sincerely appreciate that. And I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad cycles are helping people. Honestly, the money I gave, say there was a mistake. I only wanted to give Camel a tenner and say thanks. I thought that I gifted all 800 people a tenner. It felt like when I first started trading. Press and sell, not buy. Oh dear. Be careful with the old fat finger in the button. Goodness me. Right, let's go back to this and see what's going on. So yeah, I hope that clears that up. Thank you again for the donation, Bill. Would I recommend to enter a Mara trade now? I don't know. I don't really recommend things like that generally. Drinks on Bitcoin Bill. Yep, for sure. I wonder if we can... I'm trying to think of a way to give away some more stuff. Just muted myself. Yeah, sorry about this. Thank you so much for all the work you're doing, Camel. Learn the cycle theory combined with bit early wave theory has improved your luck in trading. Good. I'm pleased to hear it. You just wanted a signed empty bottle of whatever Camel was drinking, sipping. Do you know, goodness me. So last time we did one of these, right? Somebody won a signed bottle of something, and I went like so above and beyond. I ordered this rum set, and it was in like this big wooden crate, and I pulled it out and signed it, and it had like bottles of mixer in it, and like all this other cool stuff. And I got the box, like a proper nice wooden box, and I got it customized with the guy that won its name. And then I was like, yeah, give me your address and I'm going to ship this. And the whole thing took like a month, and I kept emailing him like, sorry, like it's coming, bear with me, I need some details, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then it turns out that you can't post any alcohol over to the States. They'll just intercept all of it and seize it. And then I was like, well, do I take a gamble on this? No, so we were like, yeah, well, we'll just say it's not alcohol, right? But we took it down to the local post office. And they shook it and were like, is there liquid in here? And I was like, I can't really lie to them, right? Like, so I was like, yeah, there's like, and they were like, yeah, we can't take this, mate. Like, you got to take this back. You can't post this to America. And I was like, oh no. So I spent like a month and all this money getting this proper signed bottle and like a big wooden box and all this other stuff, like customized and ready to be shipped over. And then I had to email him a photo of it and be like, I'm sorry, this is you have to deal with the photo. That's all you can get. So yeah, I learnt my lesson. I'm afraid we're not going to be promising anyone signed bottles of anything, unfortunately. You want a PDF? Okay, Hunter, email me. I will give you a PDF. And you can get the email from the About tab on the channel. Insight on the next Bitcoin ETNs. I think it will possibly mark the top or close to the top. We'll find out. Again, it speaks to that chart of like 35 months up, doesn't it? Like, it's just a bit late to be messing around with stuff like that, I think. But you struggle with the idea of taking profits, start your own business. You have the fear that if you don't have enough capital for the 4-year cycle low, then yeah, it's always a balancing act. It's always difficult. Will there be a PDF giveaway? Yeah, Phil, if you want a PDF, you can have a PDF. Email me and take a screenshot of your account and I'll give you a PDF. How does the indicator perform in bear markets? The same way pretty much as it performs in bull markets. However, it is trained to wait a little bit longer on the way down if it's a downtrend, so that it doesn't give as many false signals. So it will kind of like flash, but if it's not confirmed, then it will repaint lower, and then if it's not confirmed, it will repaint lower, and then when it does confirm, you only have one trade signal, versus the other way around, where if it flashed, then you might be buying and getting stopped out, and buying and getting stopped out, and buying and getting stopped out. So it's trained to wait, and as long as you use risk management and confirmation signals, then it should be just fine. Alcohol is considered dangerous goods. Apparently so. Indicator discounts. All right, yeah, we'll do that. Let me get it for you. I'll save one of the indicator discount codes for the replay crew, as I promised. I'll get the other one for you now. Okay. I'm copy and pasting it. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what the most fair way of doing it is, really. How do I do it? Do I just put it here? I'll just put it here. So this is the second one of these, and there's a third one that will be in the replay crew as promised. Boom. There you go. Enjoy. PDF, please. If you want a PDF, email me. Just email me. If you want a PDF, email me. Will there ever be a better discount than the 30% one pre-price increase? I think this one is probably, that's pretty close. I'm sure there will. Never say never. We'll probably do like 90% discount at some point, like maybe for the 1 year anniversary of the launch, or I don't know. We'll find some way, right? We'll find some way to do it. Can, mate. See ya. Josh Mann saying 400k by Halloween. I don't know. Not by Halloween. Isn't that the end of this month? And 444k by by when? By November sometime, right? Wait, let me turn these off. We would need... Oh my goodness. I mean, on a linear scale, mate, we're going to have to do it on log, aren't we? We're going to have to. Does it look insane on log? See, on log, it doesn't look that insane. Wait, where's November? Here? Bruh. Oh my gosh. Oh, mate. Someone send me a new mouse, please. I just bought one as well. I swear it's worse than the other one that was broken. This was a new one. It's worse. Is this... Look, this would be about 444k by December. By, let's say, the end of November. I mean, this is just... This is on log. Really? And that's pretty much like all of the gains we made to date. We'd have to make the gain, all the gains from about 28k to now in 2 months. I mean, crazier things have happened. What does that look like? I mean, I'm not going to complain. I would love to see it, honestly. I would absolutely love to see it, but I think to be honest, Josh is he's a mind in wreckage. Yeah, you said it right here, wackadoo. He's a bit wackadoo. I think he is. I think he was doing okay for a while, and now he's not doing okay, man. I think that's the truth. A gaming mouse is cheap. I know. I bought a cheap one, and then I bought a not so cheap one, and the buttons don't work even out of the box. I don't know what it is. It's like a Camel receives 800 mouses. Yeah, let me know if you got the if you were one of the people that could claim the yearly coupon code, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you think? Because the thing is, even at 300k by the end of the year, that's still mental, isn't it? That is still absolutely crazy, right? I mean, it's not impossible, but it's pretty crazy. I think like 250k would be insane by the end of the year. Then we'd be looking at this. But then realistically, it would just be kind of 3 angles, right? You'd have like 1 here, maybe 2 here, something like this, and then 3. Like that wouldn't be the most insane thing in the world, 250 or 200 even, you know? Like it would be crazy, but it's not so crazy that I'm laughing alone in my own room, you know what I mean? Like, but in a room by myself. But 444k is by November, you know, this is crack pipery, and that's coming from yours truly, right? Look at it. I don't know, man. It probably gets you a lot of followers online up until it doesn't get there, and then it probably doesn't. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. I think it would be unlike anything I've ever experienced, really. I've definitely been through some big blow off top moves, but I think that to 444k in 2 months would be, I don't even know how I would handle that, to be honest. So yeah. You just want a signed empty bottle. Yep. Sorry. Camel, remember when you said singular volatile event at this point in the cycle can send it to the moon one last time? Could the shutdown be it? Maybe. Maybe. I was thinking it would be something that sounds bigger than that, though. Like a Bitcoin strategic reserve, or some kind of announcement that there would be no tax to pay on crypto. Say the president comes back from the shutdown and said, look, one thing we did agree on is there's no capital gains tax on Bitcoin. Something like that would have people be like, oh, this is a game changer. Shove all in, right? Something like that would be crazy. A Bitcoin strategic reserve where they've actually said we're going to actively start buying 100k Bitcoin a week starting this week. You know, that's the kind of craziness that would occur that I was thinking of. I don't think just the government shutdown would be enough. Hunter, thank you for the $10. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be enough. There could always be some crazy announcement out of it. Who knows? Christian, thank you for the $2. Can I review IWM weekly cycle? Yeah. Hanging around, isn't it? What was this saying? Oh my gosh. It's running a short count here. The weekly cycle, there's one. This is a pending one. This almost looks like an inverted weekly cycle. Is it the weekly cycle you want? What is it? Yeah, IWM weekly cycle. Well, that's definitely the last one. There should be one soon. But this is kind of the exact same problem we've got with the S&P, right? Like, we've got definitely a weekly cycle here. We should be due a weekly cycle flush now to give us another weekly cycle. But there's just so much strength in the market, right? We just can't get the flush. Same with IWM. It's in the window to see a decent flush. But the closest we've got to a decent flush was back here. And the indicator thinks that was an inversion. So maybe it is, right? And thus maybe we're going to run for a bit longer into the end of the year before we correct heavily into the weekly cycle low. But it is due any day now. The thing is, though, are we going to get it if we can pierce the all-time high? Probably not. Pierce the all-time high, and it's probably into price discovery, which then would give rise to this being a weekly cycle low inversion, which is something I haven't actually considered until now. It just doesn't look... That's not enough. I wonder, actually, if we go back to IWM and put it on the weekly time frame here. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really look like we've reset the weekly cycle here already, does it? This is clearly a weekly cycle. So is this. I don't know. It's really challenging. It's really, really challenging because we're just going so vertical, right? Like, how do you deal with this? you know. And keep in mind, it did that here and then just continued to rocket higher for ages whilst this was all resetting. So the Brexit's not particularly useful for anything other than confirming the major swing lows like this one. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I actually kind of, the fact the indicator picked the weekly cycle low in the inversion, like halfway through the weekly cycle, I think I would put that as my base case. I would trust the indicator on this one. Keck says, I also wanted to thank you. I stumbled into this weird camel on YouTube that mumbled about counting time is all you need in trading. Yep. Who'd have thought, right? I changed your trading forever. Thanks to you, I'm sitting on almost 100% overall profit. Thank you. Well done. 100% overall profit is fantastic. That is elite level performance for a year. So if you can do that for a handful of years, you will be stinking rich. So congratulations. Keep that risk managed as always. Sorry, Camel, you got to go fishing. Congrats on 35k. Thank you, brother, and thank you for the $2, 279. 2,500 RSD. I don't know what RSD is. Russian? No. What is RSD? I don't know. That's a big dono, though, I think. So thank you. 364 days from top to bottom. 2017 to 2000. Wait, days from top to bottom. 2024, 2022, 1,000. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Can you check on your chart? Because it's telling us 21 of October might be the top. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. We don't need to check the chart for that because it's as simple as like the days can wiggle around, right? We can like I said earlier when I pulled up this one right here. It could be on the monthly time frame. Month 35, month 36, month 37, right? It could even spill into Q1 of next year. I don't think it's likely, but it could do. It's not impossible, right? Which means we don't have to worry about the amount of days from the ultimate low to the ultimate top. Like that can wiggle around. It's the lows that are static, remember. Sending some good vibes for everyone. Congrats on the subs. Thank you very much. Side gains. Nice handle as well. Camel, when you star the short the market in your system, when you start to short the market in your system, or when I will is my brain hurts. I'm having an aneurysm. When will I start to short? After I'm sure the top is in, right? I think if I'm going to start to short anything, I want to start to short these this thing like this. These are the gold miners, the individual gold mining stocks. Because they're doing fourth angles, you know? Absolutely crazy times. So I think eventually, a little bit higher up, these are all going to come tumbling down, probably quite spectacularly. This is Silj, right? Crazy stuff. This is the junior miners. Crazy stuff. So this can go on for a while longer, but eventually it's probably going to come down spectacularly. There was one of these charts, I think it was Equinox, that showed how quickly... No, it wasn't that one. DRD, maybe? No, it wasn't that one either. One of them showed that it lost something like 90% in about 20 days. Was it Newmont? Maybe it was. Was it this right here? No, that was 140 days. There was one of these we were looking at the other day, and it went down like 90% in 2 weeks after it violated its angles. So I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but I'm saying this is the kind of thing I would look to short rather than trying to short anything else like Bitcoin or the S&P or whatever. And eventually there's probably going to be some shorts in the likes of things like IREN as well. It's probably going to make a good short, isn't it? Like, I mean, how sustainable is that? Probably not that sustainable, right? We are probably on borrowed time here. So at some point, that's probably going to be a reasonable short opportunity. And we give away another PDF. Yes, just email me. If you want a PDF, email me and I will give you a PDF. You can get the email address from, excuse me, from the About tab on the channel. And you might have to open it in a browser. I'm not sure you can get it on the mobiles. RGI sell or rise an Audi after lost wheel. Oh, it wasn't an Audi that the wheel fell off. Did I tell that story on the internet? I thought I kept this to myself. Obviously not. Let's do RGTI first. Goodness me. I mean, it's a similar deal, right? Like doesn't all of this speak to being in a final blow off top moment? You know, I would almost suggest this might be cooked already. It's so vertical, isn't it? So vertical. I mean, I would suggest how many candles? 1, 2, 3, 4. If it doesn't reverse pretty much immediately, then I would say this is already topped. If it does push to new highs in the next day or two, then you could maybe re-encompass this wick like this and use this as your final line in the sand. But be careful here, because this looks like it may well have topped, right? Unless it gets a new high put in it, then you can't actually move the trend line. So just be careful with that. And it wasn't an Audi. The wife has an Audi. That we bought the wife an Audi this year, ahead of the kid coming. But it was actually one of my cars that that the wheel fell off. And it's been expensive, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, new fear unlocked more than anything. I'm now terrified that that's going to happen again. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm grateful it happened slow and not at breakneck speeds on a corner, because otherwise I might not be here. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you for asking. It's all good. Ondo, what is that? Thank you for the $10. I don't even know what that is. Is this a crypto? Dude. Bruh. I mean, the angle's doing their thing, right? They get you out, and then they do what they're supposed to do. And there's a repair in here to get you back in, if need be, right? And then you can set some more angles again. This looks a lot to me like it's probably not coming back, if I had to guess. I would suggest maybe above there you can be bullish. If not, I would pretty much stay bearish. Yeah. SPX keeps pushing until November, then government shutdown will be over, then we crash into weekly cycle low, just like December, January from... Yeah, I could see that for sure. I'd be more than okay with that. Thank you for the 5 checks. Czech francs, is that what that is? Yeah, I could see something like that for sure. Overextended cycle. In fact, yeah, wouldn't that put us somewhere around week 31? Because we did that. Where did we do that? We did this back here, right? I mean, you said 18 to 19. We did it back here too. Look at this weekly cycle if I put it on a weekly time frame. This, I believe, was a 31 weeks. Yeah, it was. Look, 31 weeks. It's pretty late. I wonder how far out 31 weeks would take us. That would put a weekly cycle in November. And then we can start the topping process perhaps, which from here, look, is one final left translation in the weekly cycle and then bear market early next year. I mean, it could be a carbon copy of that in terms of time, right? Where's this weekly cycle? Like here? So it could be just in terms of time, not price. It would be a top, what, February maybe for the stock market, with a weekly cycle low sometime around November. Yeah, something like that would fit. Nice observation. Congratulations on 35k. Thank you, Crypto Bonnie. Are we going to see short period of the bear market on 2026? Are we going to see short period of the bear market? No, I think it's going to be like 12 to 18 months. I'm probably lean more on the earlier side of that. Maybe like 9 to 12 months because they are probably going to print. But we'll see. We'll see. RSD 500. I don't know what currency this is, but thank you. Can I check Aster and Pengu? Aster? Bruh. What is this? This sounds suspect. This sounds suspect. Bro, get out of here. What is this? What is this? Pengu. Oh, I actually did some Elliott wave on this. I'm so ashamed to say. I'm not sure which ticker I used. Let me see if I can find it. This one. I've got a full Elliott wave count somewhere. Or maybe I just did it. Don't know. Don't know. But what I think I said was very clear. Wait, was it this one? I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I think I'm confusing myself. One, two, three, four, five up. Right, A, B, C, D, E back. Yeah, I don't know. Same as this, right? I mean, it's a meme coin, so anything and everything is on the table. It definitely has fired warning signs here, breakdown, retest, resumption, right? There's also definitely no... It's like a breakout retest that way, but I don't know about that. I think I would want to play it more like this. I think you should be really careful with this, to be honest, because it's failed. It just keeps breaking down, doesn't it? So, yeah, I don't know. Plus, the gains have already been made here, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure you're not surprised at this point, to be honest. Live chat. Can we get some sweet love? Yeah, sure, you can. You can. I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't like all this, you know? I'm not sure. I'm just not really sure what to do with it, because they just don't really behave like regular assets, do they? You know, like, look at this. Breakout, chop, 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 chop. It's kind of useless. What about, yeah, here? I don't know, hanging on. Could maybe fan this thing out. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Just trying to find something that looks positive. I guess, like, this is the nicest way to do it. Breakout, slight higher high. I don't know. Like, what do you do? What do you do with this? It just kind of feels like if you bought it here or here, congratulations, you've done really well. But below this trend line, then I think we're running out of excuses, aren't we? Peter, yeah, you can have a PDF. Just email me, bro. Email me, show me a screenshot of your account. Yep. How long have we been going for? I'll give away some merch stuff as well. I think we'll do that. Oh, well, we've been an hour already. That's pretty crazy. Sweet is in wave 4 triangle. Is it? 1, 2, 3, wave 4, 5? Could be. Yeah, it could be that. Alts are gambling. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about them, to be honest. I know some people have done well, but I think most people have underperformed. Do I think... Wait, can you show the TOT trade? Yeah, well, I'm going to cover that on the channel in a couple of days anyway. Where can I find my email? In the About tab on the channel. You might have to open it in a browser, though, to get to it, I think. Thanks for all you do. Thank you for the €5, brother. Can I look at dog Bitcoin? I don't know how. Do I just type in dog? Dog. Dog Bitcoin. Do you mean Doge? Dog Bitcoin. It's probably that one, right? Is it? Or is it Bitcoin dogs? Bro, I don't know. This is outside of my this is outside of what I know. Outside of my paradigm. It looks bad, bro. That's what I think. It looks bad. But what do I know? I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. Sorry. Dog pick. I know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. All right, I'm gonna type in. I'm gonna type something in here. What are we gonna call it? Dump the dog. Yeah, I think we should really. Your mom wants Jasmine. What, like TA on Jasmine? Back down here to the range, isn't it? No bueno. Oh, 119k Bitcoin though. Let's go. Make sure I didn't miss any of these. Yeah, I think we've got them. Excellent. No love for the meme coins. Yeah, I don't, I'm afraid. I mean, there's probably so many. There is probably so many. Yeah, Syrian, do the same thing if you want a PDF. There's probably there's probably so many other channels out there that will do meme coins to death. But I'm just not one of them, you know? I like to stay in my lane. I'm not going to try and pretend like I know what I'm doing with meme coins. What's with Coinbase? Don't know. Dog with hat, no scope 420. Oh dear. Can I do Crow? What is Crow? Is that the crypto one? Yeah, that one, right? Big pump and then big dump. I mean, I would say this is on life support. I'm going to call this trend line here life support, not just regular support. This is life support. It could be breaking out here, looking to bounce off support and move higher. But I think if it breaks down from here, it's probably in a world of pain. And that's about all I can offer there, unfortunately. Can I send for a PDF? Yep. Same to you. Just email me. I'll send you a PDF. No problem. Did you miss XRP? Yeah, you did. I did think we did it quite near the start. All right. Spam merch in the chat, and I will pick 3 names. Give you some 3 merch. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to quickly get some water or something. Because I'm drying up out here. I'm going to put you on mute. Spam some stuff and I'll come back and pick. All right, I'm back. Merch. Click. Who was that? Lyriadon. Congratulations. Pick something from the merch store. Email me a screenshot of your account. You can have whatever you want. Everyone else, keep spamming. Wait, it'll go live chat now as well. Here. Goodness me. Who's that? Got one. Oh, gone. This is suboptimal. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, I've got one. We'll use the top one. I thought was a good idea. Congratulations. We'll do one more like this. It's the dumbest thing ever. All right, I'm going to click and scroll up, and whoever's at the top of the highlighted section is going to win something. Ready? Here we go. There. Sunday sermon notes. Oh, Tillen. We'll give it to Tillen as well. There you go. Oh, screw it. Nav and Danza. Send me an email with your screenshot of your account so I know it's you. And you can all have something free from the merch store. If you want a piece of merch just now, congratulations. And also, if it's a clothing item, please make sure you include the size that you want it in or the color. Any of that. Other than that, I just want to say thanks again. I think we've given away quite a lot. We've given away... What have we given away? Let's have a recap. We gave away some... We gave away 5 lifetime discounts to the indicator times 2. So 10 lifetime discounts there. This you can still claim. This one. Where is it? Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm doing. I think it's this one, right? No, this one. Here we go. 90% slice discount you can still claim for about another 24 hours, I believe. Anyone that was told they could have a PDF just needs to send me the screenshot. And you can have a PDF. Untold PDFs given away. And I think probably like 10 pieces of merch as well today, right? So I hope that's okay. I hope that's acceptable to you guys. You can get the email from the About tab on the channel, and you might have to open it in a browser, okay? If you're on a mobile, you might have to open it in a web browser. You already got the lifetime discount for the Camel indicator. Congratulations. For sure. And yeah, if you're the replay crew, then make sure you comment indicator, and we'll give away 5 of those. 2 after the fact. We'll announce that on like Monday or something like that, or Tuesday next week. And other than that, thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope some of you got some free stuff. Well, I know some of you did. Other than that, yeah, thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. It is crazy to me that we can throw these live stream parties and have such a big turnout. So, yeah, just thank you, really. That's all I have to say. Comment indicator on the video after it's uploaded if you want to be in for a shot to win one of the remaining 5 codes. And, yeah, About tab. Guys, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Here, you go to... Why do they keep changing it? Okay, that's probably why. No, it's here, isn't it? Somewhere in here, there will be, like, on your screen, there'll be an About tab or About, and you can get the email. You can pull it from here somewhere. I know you can because people get it all the time. So, somewhere in here, for you, there will be a way to get it. Now you're making me question it. I'm sure there's an About tab here. Have I been saying this wrong the whole time? That would be so Camel, right? Like, no, because some people got it earlier, so I must be right. Wait, let me pull my phone up. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Goodness sake. Is it not there? Can someone please confirm? View email address 3. It's exactly that. Wait, which one is it? It is visible. Okay, thank you. Okay, I thought it was. If they can't figure it out, they don't deserve it. It's a bit harsh, Hunter, but yeah. View email address. Okay. Oh, it's right there. Oh, I'm literally blind. All right. Well, there you go. Okay. There you go. You had a baby, that's why. I don't think it is, to be honest. I think it's a microcosm of deeper issues. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. We'll end on this high note, which is fun. Before we descend into degeneracy. So yeah, thank you very much once more. Thank you a million more times. And I'll see you guys soon, probably tomorrow, right? We'll be back tomorrow with the regular content. So until then, yeah, not enough creatine. Absolutely right. Until then, lots of love from me. Take care. All the best. Cheers. Bye.